You had a one-night stand with a major, you referred to her as a pop star.
Well, yeah. Yes.
Britney Spears.
Yes.
These days, it seems like all the celebrities are coming out with their own books. Everybody waited on bated breath for the Britney Spears memoir to drop, and we're finding out new details about it every day.
I just got finished with my book. It's coming out very soon. I worked my ass off for this book. I had a lot of therapy to get this book done. So you guys better like it. And if you don't, that's cool too.
One of the things everybody's talking about is how she described her relationship with her ex, Justin Timberlake, and the bombshell revelation that she was forced by him to get an abortion when she was pregnant with his child. But Mario Lopez also wrote a book a few years back in which he describes hooking up with a pop star. And there's a lot of speculation about the pop girlie that did the dirty deed with him. Did Mario Lopez hook up with Britney Spears? Now, who is Mario Lopez? If you're asking that question, then you likely didn't grow up in the 80s or 90s, or you just need your memory jogged. Mario Lopez got his start on a show called Kids Incorporated. It was a little like the Mickey Mouse Club in that the kids on the show danced and sang popular songs of the time, but Kids Incorporated was better. And that's a hill I'm willing to die on, so you're more than welcome to come at me in the comments about it. He also appeared on The Golden Girls.
Hi Blanche, you look pretty.
You should see me if I had earrings.
But those roles led him to his breakout and most recognizable role as Slater on the popular TV show Saved by the Bell. Then in 2008, he became a host for the popular entertainment news outlet Extra before he jumped ship and went to work for their competitor Access Hollywood in 2019. He's still with Access Hollywood to this day. He and Courtney Mazza started dating in 2008, had their first daughter in 2010, got married in 2012, and then had 2 more sons in 2013 and 2019. This may all seem like arbitrary info, but stay with me. It's definitely all important to the story I'm about to tell you. Back in around 2014, Mario Lopez put out a memoir called Just Between Us. Some of the stuff he revealed was that he lost his virginity at 12 years old. I started having sex so young, the day before my 13th birthday. Now that I'm a dad, I look back and I think, oh my god. But you've gotta understand, when you're growing up in the hood, everybody grows up fast. Child, look, you are a whole child, and I don't even care where you grew up. That's not okay. He also admits to almost becoming a parent when he was just a teenager, saying, I could have a kid who is 25 years old. That's unbelievable. And as far as other relationships go, he says that Fergie was his first kiss and that he had a relationship with his co-star on Saved by the Bell, Tiffany Thiessen. But when he went on the Ellen DeGeneres talk show, she asked him all the right questions about his vague description of a fling in his book. But when it comes to his wife and everything he spilled in his book, Mario says this: if I thought for a second it would have made her uncomfortable or that I was disrespecting her in any way, I wouldn't have done it. But she's very comfortable in her own skin and in our relationship, so I didn't really have any qualms. Except she keeps hitting me up with, who's that pop star? Courtney's asking him the same thing that the rest of us want to know. Who is that pop star? Well, a lot of people think it's probably Britney Spears. He did that interview in 2014, and he said the fling happened in Las Vegas around 6 to 8 years before that, which puts the timeline somewhere around 2006 and 2007. I couldn't find any indication that Britney had lived in Vegas at that time, and her residency in Vegas didn't start until 2013. But what I did find was this clip from a show she did in Vegas on March 4, 2006.
I'm so glad we're at the same place at the same time. The head's over now. I spotted you dancing. You made all the girls stare.
What also happened in 2006 was that Britney gave birth to her second son and then filed for divorce from Kevin Federline. She cited irreconcilable differences as the cause of her divorce, and they didn't totally reach an agreement until sometime in March 2007. But at that time, K-Fed wasn't really convinced he should share custody with Brit because she was in rehab at the time. Everything got finalized in July 2007. She said in her memoir that her relationship with Kevin at the time wasn't happy because he was never home. He told everyone else that being a father was everything to him, the best thing in his life. You wouldn't know it, because the sad truth was, he was away a lot. And she said that everyone told her that she should file for divorce first, because if she didn't do it, Kevin eventually would, and she wouldn't want to be made to look like a fool. I was led to believe that it would be better if I did it first so that I wasn't humiliated. So back to Lopez. In his book, he described a night of drunken fun in Las Vegas with a female pop star. He said there was a lot of laughing, which turned into dancing and more dancing before we threw caution to the wind. And, as they say, one thing definitely led to another. And he described the woman as a certain mega pop star who shall remain nameless. He says they were both single at the time as well. But if he really is talking about Britney, she'd only just filed for divorce. Her divorce wasn't finalized. So calling her single at the time is a definite gray area and a heck of a technicality. I'm not gonna judge or be petty, but saying that someone that's at the beginning stages of divorce is single is like saying that you made coffee when you put the K-cup in the machine before adding water or hitting the button. It's just not quite done yet. If it was Britney, it makes sense to a degree. They were both child entertainers on very similar shows, so they both knew the industry and probably just kind of got each other in a way that not many other people could.
Your abs are insane!
Let's be real here. It's kind of gross that he even talked about it. It's like he wants to brag about bagging this famous chick. But his revelations about past relationships and hookups aren't a total surprise to people because of his 2004 4-month-long marriage with Ali Landry. She's another actress from the 90s that found fame in Doritos commercials. And because of that, people call her Doritos Girl. Anyway, Doritos Girl opened up and talked about her marriage with Lopez on The Wendy Williams Show. They started out cute. They dated for an entire 6 years before they tied the knot. I had heard something right before the wedding. He swore that it was not true, but I had that feeling in my gut. But all my family was flying away for our destination wedding, and it was a big trip for them. I really should have put the brakes on it at that point, but I was afraid. One of my girlfriends said, "If you really want to know, I know how to tap a phone." The craziest thing. I thought, I don't want to tap his phone. This is the man I've been with. I should trust him. But then that's exactly what she did. She whole-ass tapped his phone and found out he was getting all sorts of calls from a number of random women. The marriage was annulled, and she says that when Lopez says he's friends with all of his exes, that it's a lie, because they haven't spoken or seen each other since they split. Anyway, the internet is definitely talking about how his infamous one-night stand with a mega pop star could be Britney Spears. At this point, who didn't Mario Lopez have a one-night stand with? Guess he figured he'd drop it before everyone read about it in her book. He's trying to be relevant, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was true. Britney gets around. He has a book also. I could totally see them dancing together. They got moves. They always seemed real comfortable near each other in interviews. Especially Britney. She was not her usual awkward self around him. Lopez was always a complete hoe, and I imagine he tried to sleep with everybody. I get him and Wilmer Valderrama mixed up all the time because both are hoes with predatory instincts. He is definitely Britney's type. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Is the mystery mega pop star Britney Spears or someone else? If it's someone else, who are your guesses? What do you think about him talking about the one-night stand? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.